Who want one last trip to the long trail?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In the spirit of Tekken 8, I want to talk about the Unreal Engine and whether or not we could see it being applied to Tekken 8. This is the thing. Tekken 8, a lot of people are predicting that game to be announced at E3 2022, and a lot of people are expecting that game to release the next year in 2023. Now let's just say that is what will happen. Let's just say that's confirmed. That's the timeline for Tekken 8. You have to think about where Unreal Engine 5 fits in all of that. Unreal Engine 5 kind of popped up on the radar, and it kind of caught a lot of developers by surprise. When Unreal Engine 5 was first announced a few months ago, a lot of developers were upset because they started working on their new games for PlayStation 5, for Xbox Series X, and they were using Unreal Engine 4 because the Unreal Engine 5 was a secret. So once it finally got announced, a lot of people were upset, and they were like, oh, you guys should have told us. That way we could make our game in Unreal Engine 5 for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Now, the key factor in all of that, we don't know if Bandai Namco was in that group of developers that was left out. I think not. I have some screenshots in here that leads me to believe that they knew about Unreal Engine 5 maybe sooner than others did. But if we talk about the sort of timing on all this, Unreal Engine 5 is currently in early access, with a full launch expected to be in early 2022. Now, the reason why they say early access is because there are a few developers who are lucky enough. Who knows, maybe they paid some money, maybe they, backed Unreal Engine, maybe, who knows. But there are a few developers out there, a few companies out there who already have Unreal Engine 5 and who's already using it to create their games. I have a list of games here that is confirmed to be using Unreal Engine 5 in one way or another. I'll list out the main ones and skip over all of the no names. You have Fortnite. Of course, Fortnite is going to upgrade to Unreal Engine 5. You have Hellblade: Senua's Saga. I'm very excited for this game. This game is going to be huge when it comes out. If they already started designing, characters, stages, major, backgrounds for stories and things like that, at that point, it's kind of too late to hit the brakes and start using Unreal Engine 5. Like I said, that's why a lot of developers were upset at the beginning, because they were too late and they were too far in development to stop and jump on the new engine. So it really depends on how far along Tekken 8 is. I said before that they're possibly 60-70% done. I still believe that, but I don't know what that looks like in terms of actual development because I'm not a developer. The only thing that really stops this is the problems and the things that came up in Tekken 7. I'll talk about those in just a second. I took some screenshots from the Unreal Engine website. I want to read some of these. I also have some pictures that will start playing in the background. You guys will be able to see the comparisons. I don't know if YouTube, because when you upload a video to YouTube, it condenses the quality. So maybe these pictures may not look that sharp for you guys, but these, let me tell you, when I was looking at these pictures on the website, these pictures were sharp. These pictures were nice. So you guys can kind of get a understanding of scale and scope in these images. But let's read the website. Unreal Engine 5 Early Access. Unreal Engine 5 will empower creators across all industries to deliver stunning real-time content and experiences. This early access build is for game developers who like to live on the bleeding edge to start testing features and prototyping their next game. And I actually found some early access Unreal Engine 5 character modeling. There was this really cool racetrack that was on a park. I tried to record it and save it, but in doing so, the quality got destroyed, so it will not look nearly as good as it did on Reddit. But you guys probably can find it if you have the Reddit app downloaded on your phone. But the character modeling, you guys will see it on the screen right now. The faces that character is making, if the Tekken characters can make faces like that, that would be amazing. Because in Tekken 7, if you look at their faces when they're talking, they're kind of just opening and closing their mouth. They're not really like mouthing the words. They're not really like, you don't really see expressions. I mean, you do, but the expressions more so look like if you put a mask on a robot and you program the robot to make faces. That's what the Tekken 7 characters look like. And I'm not really trying to say that as a negative. Tekken 7 is a very old game, and so for what it was when it was released, it really was something special. And we can see them evolving and growing as developers with the characters they've been putting out, the DLC they've been putting out. Claudio, Lucky Chloe, Gigas, we talk about those characters all the time and how janky they look. Katarina, the proportions, how they look. But then if you compare it to Fakaram, if you compare it to Leroy Smith, Lita, Kunimitsu, those 4 characters, the community overall say that those 4 characters are some of the best designs ever. Armor King is another. You also have Zafina. Her design is very slept on. Her design is easily top 5 best in the game. But you can kind of see that they really understand the Unreal Engine now, and they are really capable of putting out some top tier content. Here's the thing, a quick little tangent, that we'll talk about sort of the problems that arises using Unreal Engine 5. But if they actually weren't able to use Unreal Engine 5 for Tekken 8, yes, that would be a tragedy, but I think it would still be pretty cool, and I think it would still be satisfying to see them make another Tekken game using Unreal Engine 4, being that they mastered it now. Tekken 7, when they created that game, they were novices with Unreal Engine 4. They really, I don't want to say they didn't have a clue, but you could just tell with the levels, the character models, they were not as talented as they are now. And I think if they were to make a whole new game from the ground up using Unreal Engine 4, I think it would look nothing like Tekken 7. It really would be of a different quality, of a different standard. So even if they don't use Unreal Engine 5, I have no doubts that it will look stunning. Just considering what they did with Leroy, Fakaram, Kunimitsu, Lita, I have no doubts that that game would look phenomenal either way. But let's talk about some of the problems that they experienced using Unreal Engine and whether or not that could come back to haunt them and also us. This all starts when Tekken Gamer, a news article pops up. They say Harada says next Tekken 7 PS4 update will address input lag. Comes out this week. And basically in the article, they were talking about how Unreal Engine is causing a bunch of lag in Tekken, and the devs are trying to figure out how to fix it. You have Michael Murray saying on Twitter, "Your info is wrong. There is no 8-frame buffer. You failed to take into account the input delay from the hardware side." That's Unreal Engine 4. Harada also chimes in. He says, "Yeah, it's wrong. Unreal Engine 4 eat 3-4 frames and they don't know hardware side mechanism. We don't need such a buffer. Measurements method is also wrong." So you could kind of see that they are in the early stages. They were really struggling to sort of get the frames right, to get everything to just sort of line up. And of course, all this stuff is done. It's over. They fixed it. They're ready to go. But this just sort of shows that switching to a new engine does come at a price. And you have to wonder, I'm pretty sure the Unreal Engine devs will make jumping from 4 to 5 seamless. Of course, it will be a little bit tricky, but I think they're going to make it easier than not switching. Of course, they want as many people to switch to Unreal Engine 5 as possible. I have some more tweets here about that whole Unreal Engine 4 thing that took place. I'll put them up on the screen if you guys want to pause and read it. But I don't think it's worth diving into, seeing as how, one, this is all resolved, and two, we pretty much covered the main gist of what was taking place. Another thing that I think about when it comes to Unreal Engine 5 is just how accurately you can replicate reality, how accurately you can copy photos, replicate photos. In Tekken 7, when it comes to stage designs, we know that they actually visit locations, they take a bunch of pictures, and they use those pictures to create stages. Yes, they will tweak things here and there to, close off the stage, to, make it a square and things like that. But the background really do model sort of the real life areas, I would say. Something I want to do. I have one image on the left, one image on the right. You guys see if you can identify which one is the Unreal Engine photo and which one is the real photo. I'll slowly zoom out and reveal which one is which, but I want to see if you guys can really identify the differences, because when you look at it, Unreal Engine 5 really is it's amazing what you can do with the quality. It's amazing, and I can only imagine. Think about a Tekken 8 stage with this level of detail. That would be mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, truly. We already see what they could do with the Kunimitsu stage. That's my favorite stage in the game. Followed up by Fakamram's stage. And also Geese Howard. Even though Geese Howard's stage was made in the early stages of Tekken, they did a nice job with that stage. And it really was a shame that we never got a B side, a Geese Howard Estate B, where you can fight outside the whole time, because we really don't see that portion of the stage that much, and a lot of detail and effort went into it. So it makes it that much better when you do break all three walls and the balcony to get there, right? The final thing I want to talk about is the logo. We know Bandai Namco recently changed their logo. I think it will take effect going into New Year. January 1st, they will start using their new logo on all of the trailers. And I think this will be amazing. When Tekken 8 first comes out, they first put that trailer, it's not going to be this orange and red and yellow logo we're used to seeing. It's going to be the new logo. And I'm just trying to picture that in my head. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this, but it's going to be this really is just a new era for gaming, a new era for fighting games, a new era for developers. This really is a new step just all around. And I'm very excited for that. But that's going to be it. That's everything that I really want to cover in this video, to sort of talk about the possibilities and the capabilities of Unreal Engine 5 and what we can maybe see in Tekken, because some of the stages look a little janky, but there's some of the stages look fire. And I think if they were to use Unreal Engine 5, they can really put out some top tier content, even compete with the likes of Mortal Kombat and the graphics that they're doing, right? But that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.